of the time, it works every time. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. Be careful, man. There's a beverage here. Ready to
Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Cinema. I'm your host, Daniel Holdsworth. Always with me, Brandon Rich. Guest host today, surprising us, our nerd expert, really, Jordan the Juggernaut Eames. How you doing, partner?
Doing good, guys. How about you?
We're doing pretty good. Good. If you guys couldn't tell, today we're talking about Pride and Prejudice, and it's going to be a very good episode. Who's your favorite character in Pride and Prejudice?
All of them. The wagon.
I like the zombies.
Yeah.
And always, this episode is brought to you by All Everything Entertainment. Gonna be more happy to be a part of them and have them as a team.
Check out AE.com where you guys can catch all these latest articles. You want to know who's playing Wolverine right away? Boom. They're the quickest on the spot. And also brought to you by NorCal Mythos. Latest Kickstarter, their new mission decks, which is for role-playing games. You can add it if you play games like Dungeons & Dragons or Cyberpunk. You flip it over. You only got 2 friends. You can now play D&D with just 2 people. Pretty awesome. They're already crushing it.
Yeah, we've all played it before.
Pretty
It's
good.
a fun game. Fun game.
We're really here for Star Wars. We're here for Star Wars, guys.
Oh, well, I thought we were talking about Pride.
We'll do that next episode.
All my notes were Pride and Prejudice, guys.
I gotta redo myself.
Yeah, so we're talking about Star Wars today. Most of the last trilogy, we're going to get into a couple of some of our favorite conspiracy theories, some characters we thought were underrated, some that are overrated.
We're gonna talk about some spin-offs a little bit too, and we'll touch up on everything, but
Oh, yeah, tell them about our poll, too.
yes, we have a poll up right now. Go vote who you think should get the next spin-off movie.
Movie or series?
Yes, our series, yes. So if they already have a series or a movie, fuck them.
Tell them,
No
who
clue.
did you recommend?
I threw in Darth Maul.
Classic, double lightsaber.
Coolest Sith around.
One of the best villains to say, I think 8 words total.
It's true. It's true.
Him and Boba Fett are like at a
I love
clear-cut
it.
race for
I
who's
don't
the most mute.
I don't need a lot. That's why I need a spin-off now. I want to know more.
Silent films. You know what I mean?
He gets another 2 hours, he gets 3 more words.
They're making a comeback.
All right, then who did you pick?
I went Darth Raven or Revan, depending on how you want to
Okay,
pronounce it.
who's that?
He's a character from the Old Republic.
Okay.
He was also starred in the Knights of the Old Republic video game.
That's where I know him.
Maybe the
Yeah.
best. Maybe
I'll
the
say
best.
I love
that's
it.
my favorite Star Wars game.
It's one of my favorite games.
It's fantastic.
I won't even say Star Wars. I'll just say games.
Good. That's
Games.
Yeah.
Eames.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad. You're right.
Really cool story, though. It's about a guy who kind of like loses his memory. He kind of rolls through. Let me know if I get something wrong. Loses memory. He kind of goes through, figures out he has force powers. Trying to be a good Jedi guy. Realizes he was actually a Sith that was in a terrible like coup, treachery, traitor attack, and he lost his memory. So now he's growing up. He's like, am I Sith? Am I a good guy?
If I'm not mistaken, it was Darth Malik that was they were like partners, and then Malik betrayed him, and then Raven ends his time, I guess, as a Jedi again.
That's so Raven.
It's the future, man. It's the future.
I love that joke. And who did you put in on that?
I threw in Mace Windu, my man Samuel Latoya Jackson. I think that he's deserves some more shine. I love this guy rocking the purple lightsaber, killing motherfuckers. I love Mace Windu, and to be honest, it's kind of hard to pick some standalones. We could be wrong.
Mhm.
If you want to go a different direction, put in whatever you think's a better option than what we know. Down in the comments
And
below.
we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're wrong. Porg movie? Okay, I'm in. I kind of
I'd
like
say
it. I'm a fan.
I'm
a
very
lot of
intrigued.
rotisserie chicken in there.
Right? It's got to be better than
Yeah,
the Minions.
it'll make you hungry.
Did you see last week's episode where they screamed for 30 minutes? I loved it.
Tearing out the insides of ships and whatnot.
Yeah, Star Wars. I'm excited for this episode. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars since I was a kid.
Let me ask you this. Everyone watches Star Wars at different ages. Like, I know some people that have not even seen the original trilogy.
Losers.
What was your first introduction to Star Wars? What was the movie? What was the time that you saw Star Wars for the first time?
My mom had the VHSs. Going
Damn
on,
right.
Like the old school ones where it's
Explain what those are. For the view.
Okay, VHSs.
You were around those with a pencil, right?
Yeah,
You put them in
yeah.
your car?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You could buy the machine for like $100,000 and you just rewind it. But yeah,
And eventually it breaks.
exactly. No, but she had like the old school like super collector's editions now. The covers like half Darth Vader's face, half a
There's one of those.
stormtrooper.
Oh, that's right.
Half
As a piece of
Yodas.
shit kid,
I
my dad
wore
taking
those
me left.
tapes. I wore those tapes out. Like I
Yeah.
wore them till they didn't work. I watched them till they didn't work anymore. I'm not a religious man by any means, but Star Wars is pretty damn.
Star Wars is God.
Like,
Isn't that New Zealand where it's like an actual voted religion? Like enough people have voted in under other, like our poll, they wrote in Star Wars, and it was like something like 8% of the population, and they're like, that's legally a religion then. So now it's a religion.
I think
Not
I
saying
think it's
New
Jedi.
Zealand's-
Oh, you're right. It is
Religion
Jedi.
Jedi.
New
But
Zealand will probably be the new shooting place of this podcast because it sounds like we're moving.
I was gonna say I like it. They filmed Lord of the Rings there too.
There also is a
That's
religion
right.
of the Sith in New Zealand. There's only 2 people, and if you want to join, you have to kill one of the other 2. Oh, perfect. It's kind of the rule.
That's true.
Sounds great.
You got to meet in underground layers.
Oh, you're always on your toes, too.
Those guys running. Oh, also, the drinks we're having tonight, we're drinking Jedi Mind Tricks, which is a drink you can have over at Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland in California. Awesome, really fun. They really it feels like a Renaissance fair but Star Wars. So if that's something you like, it was pretty dope. Stormtroopers don't mess around. You're on your phone. Like, put down your data pad. You put it down. What are you
Really?
filming? Yeah.
Well, if they shot at you, they wouldn't.
If you went over to a guy and you're like, hey man, where do I buy a lightsaber? He's like, whoa, take it down. Take it down. They can hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I
hey,
haven't
come to
been,
this alley.
so
I'll
this is
I know
awesome.
thing. Yeah, you have to go to this secret area, and in this back woods area, you can make a lightsaber. Like, is he trustworthy? The guy's like, yeah, he's good. And he'll actually, they'll shut the door,
Yeah.
and then the guy's like, all right, I need to see your credit card. You know, then it turns
I was
red.
saying, I've also heard prices wise, you have to have Republic.
How much is it?
Wazoo. You know what I mean?
In this drink, I put what the fuck did I put in it? I wrote it down so I remember. Blue Curacao, tequila, margarita mix, Midori, and apple schnapps.
Oh,
And a slice of heaven.
You're damn right. I put
For
that in
garnish.
the-
For
I
garnish.
put, I
Just
put
right on top.
love in there as well. So if you want to make
Oh,
it,
tasty.
you know.
and we're also shooting today to start our Star Wars episode. If you want to drink with us, this is a drink called Kylo Ren. In honor of Star Wars. Cheers, guys! Our Star Wars episode. Looking forward to it.
We're gonna do a toast to our first YouTube live viewers.
Hey!
We're on YouTube live as well this today.
I'm a
This
groundbreaker.
episode.
We get more slurry as the drinks go.
Yeah, we'll figure this thing out by the end.
That's right. That is lemonade, tequila,
Oh.
curacao, and Midori.
I'll tell you what, that drink cut my dad in half.
I had to use raspberry lemonade because I like it better.
That's fair.
That's it. That's why it didn't look red or anything. It looked raspberry.
So I got yours when you were a kid. Let me know about Star Wars for you. Maybe not a kid, maybe an adult. A lot of people jump
I was
into
a
it in the
kid.
later.
We had it on VHS. I hadn't heard anything about it. It wasn't. Family's not super nerdy.
Mhm.
It's really just me. So my dad had it. I popped it in because I needed something to watch. Actually, you know, I'm watching it every night.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking loved him. I had the same tape set he did.
Yeah.
Like I said, I let him leave with it. It was a mistake.
Mine was
But I
better.
loved it. Yeah, I loved it ever since I was a kid, and we didn't stop watching.
It's a space wizard with laser swords. I mean, it's a pretty solid.
If you don't like it as a kid, then you're kidding wrong.
Oh, well, yes.
It's true. It's true.
I'd say now I think a lot of people, there's a lot of hate for Star Wars now. And I think it's because when you watched it, you were younger, and now that you're older, it's just not
That's
aging
because
with you.
everybody can voice their opinions, and they shouldn't because they're all wrong.
Yeah.
We're all
I agree.
strong,
Great.
except for us three.
I agree.
Right? You only get an opinion if you have a podcast
That's
that
why
is successful.
That's why we brought in Eames, someone who knows what he's talking about.
That's right. He's an encyclopedia for all Star Wars things.
And me, I've
You guys
never
really
seen it.
talking me
So
up on this.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
this is my Sasquatch outfit. They say I'm blurry online every time anyway, so I might as well make it match.
That's perfect because you look better blurry.
You do.
All right.
I
Okay.
love two people here.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Who am I, Drax?
You should sit still longer so no one can see you.
Seriously.
All right. Enough of you two. I heard that we might have some questions too from fans. We asked a bunch of people out there about some Star Wars related questions. We have a lot of personal loves and likes of the movie. Do we have any so far here, Jordy?
Yes. Who do you think is the most powerful Jedi?
We'll start with our guest of honor here.
Boom. Pressure.
Okay, awesome.
Read your note.
You're right.
Okay.
No, if I'm being honest, it depends, right? Like, if you go most powerful Force user, it's Yoda. Let's
Okay.
be honest.
All right.
But if you go most powerful guy with the lightsaber, best guy with the lightsaber,
Okay.
it's Mace Windu.
You going Mace?
He created his own lightsaber fighting.
My
style.
man right here. You know what? He's back in my play. This is my man right here.
But does he know every fighting style like Yoda
Yes.
does?
He does.
Master-
Okay.
Yoda doesn't know Mace Windu's fighting style.
Just
Yoda knows
Sure
six.
doesn't.
Yoda knows 6 of the 7. Mace Windu knows all 7.
I'm with you. I have Yoda. I put Yoda for the same. Smartest guy. I mean, he's live for 900 years. He's got some experience.
That's
He's
true.
trained your best Jedis,
All right.
It's true.
including Mace Windu. And
You know
Yeah, I
how
would-
old Mace Windu is? You're being racist. He could just be a different species of human.
but Yoda's still trained.
Yeah, regardless.
Is Yoda like just the tortoise tree people of the? He just
Yeah,
was
pretty
born. He
much.
never dies.
Yeah,
900
years old when he died.
I think he dies like when he's done making soup for Luke. I think that's just when he decides he's done.
He's like, I turned into a goddamn maid. Oh, he's the most powerful Jedi now.
No.
Making soup for some white kid.
No, I read it in a book.
What's the blue milk with that?
No,
Protein you
I,
need.
I read it in a book. He tried for 900 years to create the perfect recipe of soup, and he finally did it.
That's
He's like,
right.
I'm out.
He was just like consent.
He
The only reason he became a Jedi is so he could find more ingredients for that soup.
He could mix soup while like making toast.
The
That's
Gordon
right.
Ramsay of Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's just over here. All right, that's stirring now. I'm
Mace
gonna butter
Windu
this
got it
toast.
wrong, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?
I can already tell it's gonna be super easy for us. to get
Am I
off on
eating
tangents.
paste?" And then just chucks it.
So you're going?
To what?
No, you're
You
Jedi.
choose one. Who you choose?
Yeah, you gotta go Yoda.
Yoda?
You're talking
Yoda.
all around.
Feeling Yoda?
I thought I honorable mention to Luke. I'll give him an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I thought him, but ultimately I had to go with my boy Yoda.
I think that's fair. I might just go brain wise. I don't think Yoda's that smart. A lot of things he's done was pretty foolish.
Like what? Name
I was
three.
gonna say there's explanations.
Him going to Yavin, living
Smart?
off his life. Why is it smart?
Dagobah.
Dagobah. I'm sorry, you're right.
That's why I'm here.
You are.
Fact.
Going to Dagobah by himself for like 40 years.
What's wrong with that?
Exile.
Why?
Because they failed. They let
Cool,
they
they were
let
bootstrapped
they
40
let
years.
the Jedi Order die.
He's just supposed to stay there and die? He's like, oh, it's a lost cause. Everybody's dead.
Or
I'ma live
do
my
you
life making
maintain
soup?
the slightest bit of hope.
The Last Hope? Or A New
Ooh.
Hope?
A new hope. You did a new hope, and then you go off and you live your life out in regret.
You're telling me he's playing
Which is
the
what
end
he
game.
did.
He's like,
If he
he's Doctor
doesn't
Strange in it.
go
Yeah,
there,
pretty much.
there's
in the
no
end
other.
game
He
now.
doesn't train Luke. So then Luke probably just goes off and dies.
Whoa. I'd say Luke did just leave before his training was finished anyways.
But he still got some training.
he got some.
And then,
Cost him a hand
Yoda
and a
came
hand.
back as a ghost Jedi. Ghost Jedi.
By the way, Jedi's turning into ghosts. I would assume that's a Sith thing to turn into a ghost. Seems very Sith-like.
Oh, it's a Jedi power that the first person to ever do it was actually Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's right. That's where Yoda learned it.
Through his training, they call it piercing the veil, and you were able to come back to the existent world. And
I'm gonna throw this out there. Then most
Spectre
powerful
of
Jedi,
sorts.
Qui-Gon Jinn,
I was gonna say,
teaching Yoda things.
Damn right.
I thought about it. I was like, well, that's pretty close.
They're teaching Yoda shit. He deserves to be top of the list.
That's true.
I'm just saying, guys, if you want to vote for whoever you think's the most powerful Jedi, Qui-Gon, you do whatever you feels right, and then post your comment below. That's a good question, though. Most powerful Jedi. I always thought that about like in the movies when Anakin's like he thinks his wife's gonna die, Padme,
Yeah.
and they're like she has to be healed. And they're like that's a Sith power.
Yeah.
And then in the new ones, Rey's healing people.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, why didn't they just tell him?
Well, it's not. It's
Yoda failed again.
no.
She wasn't taught. She just learned.
Maybe he's the worst Jedi.
She's just like, I'm gonna
Maybe.
try it.
Maybe. No, well, it's experiment, right? How do you come up with anything new? You experiment with it. I think I
That's what I tell my wife.
haven't read the novelization yet. You learn a lot of stuff, guys. Read your books. Okay.
Oh,
You learn a lot of stuff.
I love to read books when they're on movies.
Yeah, right. So much better.
Right? Tom Hanks can explain something way better than I can read it.
Castaway, the movie book. That was
Damn
really
right.
good.
Hey, man, 6 pages.
Wilson.
Wilson. That's all it was. But no, like she experiments with it, and again, I haven't read it, so I can't be for sure.
Is the trick
But-
to heal a giant snake first, and then you get the power? Kind of like quest unlocked,
Yeah.
new ability achieved.
I played The Witcher. I know how this goes.
Exactly. Like you're in a video game, you're like, I get up here, and you're like, you haven't learned how to backflip yet. You have to have a flashback. You're like, shit.
That's for anyone who's played the new Star Wars game.
Dope game, by the way. So
It's
good.
really fun. But I do admit I hate how you have to go back to planets like 9 times. Because like, well, you learned how to Jedi flip.
It's like, why don't you just meditate
Gotta
and
go back
relearn
to
your shit?
Dathomir now. Like,
Lucky you. That's where Darth Maul is.
that's where he's from.
What? My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like him. God.
Producer,
yeah,
putting you on the
yeah.
spot. I'm gonna ask you for another question in a second. Or do you have them lined up?
Oh, she got him
I
wrong.
got questions as well.
She's got him.
Easy.
Shoot
He's
him,
the best
Stormtrooper, and
producer
don't
ever.
miss.
So along the same powerful lines, who do you think is the most powerful Sith?
All right, once again, guest of honor.
Okay.
What you got? A lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure. I hate it because you got to go. See, you go you can't go
That's right.
Darth Vader.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. The
Is it the light
Force-
bright on his chest?
Yeah. Well, if you put it in wrong,
Was it the asthma?
If you put it in wrong, you like has a
Yeah, you're racist towards people with asthma.
internal shutdown.
He's got asthma. He can't even do a backflip without his inhaler.
No, the Force surrounds all living things. By the time he becomes Darth Vader, he's
Mhm.
like 70% machine.
Okay.
So that's why, like, he has in Empire Strikes Back, when he comes out of that tank with his helmet off,
Mm-hmm.
he has to meditate in that tank solely just to stay alive.
Is that true?
100%. Fact check me. Anybody on here? Fact check.
You know what? As a husband, needing alone time to stay alive. I mean, I'm with them.
That's what you see. What I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta do that.
You burn every part of your body just to get some alone time.
Sometimes, you know what? I've seen a lot of people. They're like, "How long are you taking a shit for?" He's like, "At home or at work. Both is 40 minutes.
I was gonna say,
If I'm at a
Either
restaurant,
way.
like 2 minutes tops. I'm in and out."
You
Bring it back to
gotta
that
get
food.
man.
that lobster artichoke dip's not gonna eat too.
Now, if you're going most powerful, best duelist Sith was Count Dooku.
Who you going, Dooku?
Well, best duelist.
Okay,
If you're going
I might change my
powerful, as
answer.
in like terms of the Force,
Okay.
let's be honest. The guy shut down an entire fleet with his hands. Okay,
And that's who I went with.
you know what I mean?
You going Palps?
Emperor
I-
Palpatine,
yeah.
dude.
I get it not. I get it not.
He orchestrated an entire coup of the Jedi Order right under their nose. He was right in their face the whole time. They couldn't see anything.
This is why he's brilliant. I've written stuff on him because I think it's so smart. He was the leader of the good guy army. He rose to lead the Senate. At the same time, he was the leader of the bad guy army. It would be like Hitler fighting Winston Churchill at the same time, and they're the same fucking guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever won, he wins. I was like, not even counting force powers. That's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah.
That's smart.
Also, because of that, you found out all you gotta do is wear a hood, and you can pretty much get away with anything. You know what I mean?
That's
You'll
right.
never find out.
Like if he had all he needed was a mustache, and they'd be like, "Whoa, hold on."
Just like one weird little mole.
Yeah, he's got the same mole as
Dude, I'm pretty
I
sure
swear.
Palpatine is Cindy Crawford. You know the Darth Cindy?
Maybe better looking.
That's a mole right there.
Better looking.
maybe.
Especially after he fights Mace Windu.
He
He gets
yeah.
damn better.
I don't think he can keep the charade anymore, can he? I think that's done, so.
Did you know how crazy you got to be to risk your entire physical appearance just to get
He doesn't care about appearance.
some young kid to be like, "No, you're right. I'm gonna kill this."
Yeah,
guy.
you did everything just
You
to
know?
stay alive. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's
Let's
pretty
go
good.
kill some kids. I heard there was younglings. I need an easy match.
These kids are soft. In my day, we had to fight Anakin Skywalker to live.
Every time I hear some kids say, "What's Star Wars?" I'm just like,
All the memes are like, they're calling him Anakin.
Anakin.
I got one more.
All right.
And my favorite Sith Lord is Jar Jar. Okay, Jordy, we got another question for us. We'll roll through questions. I don't even think we're going to have to, like, go randomly off of each other. I feel like we're going to go on so many tangents.
No,
and
we
rip
could.
through
It
this.
happens.
I mean,
Like Yoda making toast.
I'm just saying, dude.
Yoda making toast?
Damn right. I
That's
think
a
he
joke
makes
I
great
made.
toast.
What does that mean?
That's why he learned how to use the Force, so he could stir his
Oh.
soup while he makes toast.
Chef Yoda on Ramsay.
Chef Ramsay.
This is shit, Luke. Shit. When is it going to get done?
Why is there a snake in here?
Which is funny because Baby Yoda can't stop eating frogs, but apparently Yoda has a great palate.
Man, when you're alive 900 years, frogs just don't cut it eventually.
Maybe you just try every frog just with the best tasting frog. Mark frog off your list. Move on to the next thing.
Apparently, Yoda's species are culinary geniuses, man. They just got to work their way there.
All right, let's wrangle this back in. Let's get back to those questions.
For now.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that there's any relation to Finn and Mace Windu?
Just because they're black?
That does sound like a thing. Well, everyone knows those two and Lando are all twins.
I assume, yeah. I
They're
assume they're from the
triplets.
same family.
They're all the same.
They're either triplets or they're just cousins, distant cousins.
I don't know. That's because there's only one family of black people in Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's
They are the only black people we ever
Is there
see.
really
My
a theory
one-ish-
about it, or is it
one-ish.
just because they're black?
It could just be a question in general. I mean,
I don't think so.
But
I
is
mean,
the question raised because they're black?
well, okay, so
actually, you should know this.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
What's the
It's
answer?
not like
You're pretty woke.
been stay woke. Hashtag. It's not like been confirmed or anything, but you know, you've got Finn, who the entire time he's trying to tell Rey something in the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, my first thought was like, oh, really? You're going to bust out the love story right now?
Yeah.
No, he's going to tell her that he is force sensitive. That's how he knew when in Force Awakens, when the planets got blown up.
It seems like he had a bunch
knew
of times
that
like
was
that.
the Senate because he could feel it.
Yeah.
The reason why he backed away from the Empire was because he knew it wasn't right, because he was sensitive to the
anybody
light.
with a conscience can see that.
Well, he was sensitive to the light side of the Force. That's not what you do.
He knew he would make a good stormtrooper. He was hitting the things he was aiming
Yeah,
at.
that's the thing. He was really
It's
good
against his
aim,
promo
and they're
grip.
like, he's like, I could take out like 9 of these guys in 8 shots, but I can't do that. So he backed. No, but he's gonna tell her that he's force sensitive, like he feels it. When Rey dies, he stops what he's doing because he feels her life force go.
That's very Star
So
Wars.
that's fair to think that.
I think it's very
because-
Star Warsy because in this trilogy that just came out, Carrie Fisher was always a Jedi. It was kind of hinted at before, but you
Yeah.
didn't really know. It's the same kind of thing for this one. If that's what it was, that's a very good little wink, nudge, nudge. Not bad.
Because I mean, you take Palpatine
Mhm.
has a son. Son's a regular Joe, average Joe, doesn't have force powers.
Okay.
The granddaughter, on the other hand,
She's pretty strong with it.
was super strong with the force, right? So it's it's a I guess
Is she
generation thing.
though?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, by the second, well, I guess it's third movie.
She can heal worms, Brandon.
By the third movie,
Who
she's
can't?
pulling down ships with the force.
Who doesn't? She can blow up Chewie.
Yeah, I
Spoilers.
Well, if you haven't seen it, then Jesus,
If you haven't seen it, that's your fault.
right? I think
It's
the
been
last person to see it was
Plenty of
Danny.
time. Yeah.
Took
I,
him like
I
2
was
months.
way late to see it. It's embarrassing.
He was out seeing other movies before he even saw that
I
one.
saw like 3 other movies.
We debated not even having it on the podcast because he
Yeah.
hates Star Wars.
You know what you do when you're with somebody and they're like, don't see that show without me, the movie without me? What you have to do is you just have to see it, not tell them to see it twice. It's
Exactly.
the only thing you can do.
Nothing wrong with seeing a Star Wars movie twice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking now. My boss said he'd give me a half day to go see it. You want to talk about it really bad.
Yeah. You're taking that opportunity.
He's like, dude, I want to talk about it. And I was like, what do you want me to tell you, man? What do you want me to tell you?
After I saw it, I pretty much just went through my phone and I was like, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? No? Fine. I guess I'll just wait.
I want to
I didn't get a
discuss
message.
this. All right, we're gonna
I have you in my phone. You're on my Facebook. It's different. Okay. Next.
I'm
Next
not on
que-
Facebook.
Let's go with the next question real quick. Please hurry. Show us one apart.
Well, I just wanted to interject and say that it is actually a fan theory that Finn is Mace Windu's grandson.
Why is
It's
the
fair. That's why I said it's fair.
So Mace Windu could have had a child several years before the Clone Wars, then hiding him on Cloud City to keep Lando safe, as Mace knew the Sith were nearby. That would explain why Lando and Finn have some connection and or feel for the Force.
They literally are making every black people in the there's one family of black people in the
Yeah,
galaxy.
right.
Protect him at all costs.
This isn't Russia where there is. You're like, are you friendly? Like, yeah, man. Yeah.
So,
There's not 2 different black people in Siberia.
I mean, it makes
it's me and
sense.
him.
Oh,
We're
fan
related.
theories are fun. I like fan theories.
Let's do
Until
that.
they're like proven wrong. Like,
Dude, I'm kind of feeling the fan theories thing. Do you guys
Although-
have a fun fan theory? Jump into a fan theory. You make him go first?
yeah, you go for it. I
I
gotta
have a
think
fan
about
theory.
it.
Dude, I have a fan theory. I'm gonna tell you this right
Let's hear
now.
I've heard of a couple that I
All
really
right.
liked.
So here's my fan theory. I made it up, kind of.
Good. You're a fan that has a
I'm a
theory.
fan of the theory.
That's fair.
So this isn't true, but it makes the prequels you're able to watch them because the first ones were kind of rough for me. They just weren't as good as so you have 6, 7. I'm sorry, no,
4, 5, 6.
4,
Like
5.
I said, hate Star Wars.
That's why I'm here.
It's a good drink right here.
That's why here so you can tell him
So I
the
can
correct order of the Star Wars, which he should
correct
know.
So 10, 11, 12, right?
Yeah. No, we got it.
So A New Hope, all those movies come out, they're fantastic. Then you get a pod
Are
race
they?
for 40 minutes. Yes, they are.
A New Hope is not.
Bite your tongue. Bite it.
Return of the Jedi is half fantastic.
Oh, whoa.
I have a feeling this podcast is going to go south as soon as we talk
What?
about which
You're
one's
a
the
Star
best.
Wars guy.
I love.
What
the
movies did you watch when you were a kid?
The
Did you
lo- I
time
love-
travel and watch
I
the
love
prequels?
I love the movies in general. I'm just saying.
I think you watched them in order.
He's all, I watched them
No,
all the
I'm
time as a
just
kid.
saying.
I
Why
wore those
are the
VHS
graphics so
out.
bad?
The
It's
only
2008.
The only great movie in those original 3 is Empire.
You're so wrong.
Dude.
You're so wrong.
Hey man.
It's
the
a
only great
religion.
one is all 3 of them.
The only great one's The
All
Rock.
3 of them.
I mean,
That's fair.
there. You know what's funny too is like it's so easy to nitpick it now because like the prequels have come out and then the after movies. Like I see memes about Obi-Wan Kenobi and he's just like a stormtrooper must have done these kills. the blaster fire is too accurate. It couldn't have been sand people. And it shows the prequels with the Tusken Raiders sniping pod racers at full speed, never missing.
No scoping.
And a stormtrooper shooting someone from behind and never hitting. It's just so funny.
It's the fact that it started with that, and then the ongoing joke from there on out was they couldn't hit the broadside of the bar. The guy hits his head walking in the door. I mean,
there's problems. But you can only analyze it because you've seen it 80 times.
True. Yeah. Or have you? Because apparently you just fucking hate them all.
You're being a real nerf herder right
I've
now.
seen this movie more than either of you combined. Guaranteed.
Which one?
All
None of them.
nine.
Shut the fuck up.
All 9.
Maybe combined.
11.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of the newer
If you
ones.
count
First of all, I like your
Rogue
confidence. You're an
Rogue
expert,
One
so
and
hopefully that's
Solo.
true. If you're like,
I
I've
watched
seen
a lot of the originals. We're doing that. We have a competition. The rest of them you beat.
I like it's funny. You're like, you haven't seen it many times. I've seen it 3 times, bro. Have you seen it 3 times? Like, yes.
It's like,
What about 4? I watched half of it once.
My fan theory I liked, we got the real topic, is Obi-Wan actually was cheating on, was sleeping with Padme against Anakin's back, which is why it's so weird. They walk in there laughing and see Anakin. It's like, what's going on? So, like, his master betrayed him, his brother betrayed him, kind of pushed him to the dark side quicker. He doesn't know if the kids are his or if they're hers and his. So I watch the movie every time now. I'm like, oh, this is when he snuck off with Padme. I always do that when I watch it now. And it just makes it, it's not true.
No.
But it's fun to think that, oh, maybe Obi-Wan got around a little bit. Maybe she's tired of this 16-year-old and want a little bit of Ewan
I was
McGregor.
going to say, maybe he wants a man for once.
That's right.
She
Obi-Wan
just needs a man.
he was too devout. Of
I
a
love you,
Jedi.
Padme. It's like a scar on my heart. And she's like, Jesus, what's Obi up to right now?
I know.
I'm swiping right on that.
Swipe left.
Yeah, if she ghosts you, it's different than I'll teach you what other ghosting is, Annie. I'll teach you later. That's different.
You'll learn a great many
Like
things.
Padme did? No, different thing.
Totally different.
You guys don't have a theory? A weird Star Wars?
No, I mean any theories that I
theorizes.
that I heard kind of went away when Rise of Skywalker came.
Just answered all the problems that they
Yeah,
had.
I was just like, well, I don't really care about any of the theories now. I got the outcome, so
What's
I heard
your
one about the Mandalorian that I liked.
okay?
okay.
That
If you say that baby is Yoda's kid, I'm gonna believe it.
it's a clone. Yoda's clone.
Fair. Camino's done that shit before.
I've heard that. I was like, I could see that in episode 2.
Well, see here. So you've got 20 years in between episode 3 and episode 4.
Yep.
You've got 30 years in between episode 6 and episode 7, which then I think that is 2-3 years between those 3 movies, maybe a little more.
How many months though?
7.5, 7 and 3
That adds up.
7 and 3 weeks.
Okay.
No, but so you've got the right
weeks.
timeline. I'll admit, you've got the right timeline. You know, because it's not like I doubt the Camino cloning factory shut down. Like if you watch the Clone Wars cartoon, they've been attacked before.
Fantastic.
I'm not saying Yoda went and cloned himself. I'm saying they stole some DNA and then later cloned himself.
You're saying Yoda leaves his
I'm
DNA
just
all over the
saying.
place?
I think
Yeah.
if you go off,
He just sprayed it everywhere.
If you
He's
go off,
finding hookers.
if you go off the timeline,
Sleep with me, you must.
it works. Reason number one why I couldn't be a Jedi. I do inappropriate things.
It's a Jedi mind trick.
Like, you're told it's $104 it is, and then be like, oh, here you go.
You just get fired. Johnson.
It'd be like a Walmart self checkout, but just all the time. Got a TV, 88 cents.
Tell me
on
why my
sale.
fan theory's wrong.
It's not wrong.
That's what I thought.
I'm agreeing with you that the timeline.
So you're agreeing with
works
both
out.
of us.
I'm agreeing with you that the timeline
Alright.
works out right.
Just saying. That kid came out with a beard. It was definitely Obi's.
That's true.
Should have checked. They should look for stubble.
If he came out and immediately told the doctor, "Hello there," then you would know exactly.
He picks him up. I have the high ground.
I know. Ha! Cuts off the doctor's arm and legs.
Oh, there has to be a baby Obi now. There has to be there one somewhere. That was so funny. Jordy, you have a question for us? You keep waving at us ecstatically to get our attention. I'm sorry? Just wait a second.
Taylor Christensen brought up another fan theory that Mace Windu survived Order 66.
Debunk him now.
Hi, Tyler. No, I agree with his fan theory.
Okay?
Okay, people have taken if Anakin Skywalker can survive what happened to him, Mace Windu can survive that. Okay, He just got. It's like you grab somebody's hand with that little shocker in it, and then you get thrown off a balcony. It's fine.
Can we talk about how smart
Thrown
Darth-
off a balcony.
I want to say
Well,
how
he does. He gets like. And thrown
I know,
off
but
the
you're like,
balcony.
oh, you just shocked me, let's throw it off a balcony.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like, no big deal.
I can
Whatever.
survive.
It's every Friday.
I think George Lucas is really smart in storytelling. Has very big ideas. I also think he kills every villain and person off by throwing them over a ledge. I don't know why it is. Boba Fett, Darth Maul even came back from it. All these people that get thrown off of things
Awesome
and
story.
disappear. I think it's like a movie cliche. If they fall out of sight, you don't
It
look
is.
over and see them splattered on the ground. They're
Yeah.
super alive.
I always tell my wife whenever we watch
Palpatine.
something, they don't show
Right.
it. I'm like, he's not dead. She's like, why? They didn't show it.
Right?
Mhm. No, I agree with. I like that fan theory.
Speaking of that, there's a thing too, like where robots always try to like kill you by throwing you to walls and stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought my first thought, if I was a robot, would be to grab people, throw them off of a cliff. I just think it sounds fun to like vanquish an enemy. What? I don't know why. I was like,
Make
that's
sure you watch
stupid.
it die,
but
though.
I would
You
do
just
that.
play Super Smash Brothers.
It's
You just get him to a point, and you just grab him and.
like whenever like a Terminator grabs them by the neck and they pick them up for like a press slam and then they throw
Gorilla
them.
press. Just,
I was like, what are they? Next human, where are you? Find you.
Where are you? Come with me if you want to. Done. He's
That's
out.
a good theory. And out of all the villains they killed, the one that bummed me out, like that was dead, they did it correctly, was Grievous. I guess Dooku too. Dooku got his head cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
goes.
was more tore up about Grievous.
I was gonna
Grievous
say
is so cool.
He is. I really like him.
I saw
No,
great.
yeah.
There's this guy that said like, "Do you see Grievous when he coughs? He covers his mouth.
Mhm.
Even though he's a bad guy, he's not as
Yes,
shitty
man.
as you."
He wants to spread that
He
coronavirus.
still knows
That's right.
to cover his mouth.
Because I know what prevents sickness if I just turn away.
That's another point towards my Mace Windu series, by the way. Which we need to jump on that. Samuel L. Jackson looks like he's 40, but that dude's up there. We got to get this series off
I
the
mean, he's
ground.
got another movie coming out. He's fine to shoot.
I'm just
movies and
saying,
stuff.
it could be on Disney Plus, but it needs to be like Disney Plus NA because I want to hear Mace Windu drop a motherfucker.
On his lightsaber too, it says "badass motherfucker" on it. He had him put it on his
That's
lightsaber.
right.
In what language?
In Windu.
Arabish. Star Wars.
What's
language.
Arabic? Really?
No, he meant Arabic.
Oh, wait. Finn's name?
That's kind of like.
Maybe it's Mace Windu.
Okay.
Add it to the theory.
Next question.
Please, let's move on from that one.
Write it down, internet guys.
All right. What was your theory of who Rey was before we found out?
Good one.
I was heavy on the Skywalker kid.
I was too. I thought that's where they were going to go.
That's where it should have went. Like, I mean, I like the way it ended out. Like they rounded it out
I like
right.
where they gave you a little something,
But-
I don't need it to be the exact same as every other movie. Like,
No. Well,
That's fair.
but no, I was heavy on it. When I found out she was nobody, I was on board. Loved
I was
every bit
too.
of it.
Kind of like just take your like, take that away from you.
if-
Like, oh, it's real.
Well, look at you got Kylo Ren, who's the son of
Her name's Princess Leia in Han Solo.
Princess Leia and Han Solo.
Expert
got-
now. What's up?
You got Luke and Leia Skywalker.
Yes.
You know, son and daughter of Anakin. Everybody
Padme.
is. Well, I'm just saying, everybody's like comes from a lineage, right?
Yeah.
But then you get Rey, who's just a regular person.
Maybe her last name was Mysterio Jr.
Just 619. No, but you get like
overrated.
just
I get
to
it.
say that she like could come from nothing
Mm.
and make something of herself. I
And be
liked.
somebody.
I did. I was happy. I liked it. Okay, I was on
I
board
just
with
want
it.
a nobody to do good in the world.
I am that nobody. Except
Yes, you are.
I don't do good.
What was your? Did you have a Rey theory?
That was it. I assumed she was going to be a Skywalker. I was on board with the whole nobody. I actually like that more. She's just
Me too.
fuck yeah. I know the Force, bitch. I trained
Mm-hmm.
myself.
I mean, I'm alright with the way it played out, but
Me too.
I wish they would have kept.
Had no
that she
qualms
was
or
nobody.
quarrels.
I thought she was from a Sith Lord, Jar Jar. No, I actually did think she
eyes
was.
would've come
I
out
did
on
think that
top.
she was from Palpatine. I made a huge guess online about it way before,
Mhm.
and I went, no, the timeline doesn't make sense. It's too far in the past.
Mhm.
So I said Dooku. What if Dooku left the Jedi Order because he fell in love with somebody like Anakin? They wouldn't let him be with them, so he left it to be with her. They had
You
a
fell in
kid.
love with Anakin?
No, like Anakin left, fell in love with Padme. I mean, maybe he loved Anakin. He seemed like he was a kind of a like.
They adopted.
They adopted.
And they had a relationship, and their kid was her. So I was like, oh, what would that be cool if instead of a story of a good guy almost turning bad, it was a bad guy that turned semi-good, you know, like kind of
Yeah.
flipping it. I was like, that would be really cool to see it. And
But what they did was a bad guy even worse.
Yeah, Jesus, they went from prime stock right there.
Yeah,
They
seriously.
did. Somehow he got powerful.
And the woman was
Yeah,
Yoda,
somehow.
so Yikes.
There is a Lady Yoda on the Jedi Council.
What's her name?
Boom.
No, I don't remember.
Lady Yoda.
Yeah, later.
I just call it
Loda.
Loda. But no, there is like a lady or a female species of Yoda on the Jedi.
You don't even know
see
Yoda
her-
species?
You see her for like
No,
nobody
yeah.
knows Yoda species.
I do.
Google
So
it.
do I.
Holy fuck, yeah. That's what I thought. Who
Anyway,
is it?
next question.
I'll tell you right after this question. Jordy?
We actually have had a few comments now. People are wondering why Jordan isn't wearing any Star Wars
Loser!
merchandise.
He's okay.
Oh, he's stripping.
That is a Empire Strikes Back van. Okay.
He had a jacket, but
I had a jacket, but
It gets
is
hot in this
hotter than
room.
hell in
you don't
here.
want to rock a jacket in our
Our
studio.
recorder room gets hot.
I am
we
wearing-
also didn't want him to outshine us.
That's right.
I have pink on my shirts.
Yeah.
It just
Way
has
better
George
than a
Lucas
whole
all
full
over
body.
it.
And I have kids, and they stain every Star Wars shirt that I have. Okay.
Raise them to be less messy.
I also didn't dress
No,
in
they're
Star
fine
Wars,
that
but they're
way.
only attacking you. I like that.
I know.
I know. I like. What other negative things can we say about it?
I'm never
Tell them
guessing
what this
again.
podcast really is.
So far, you're not. If you keep this shitty attitude. All right, so really just attacking Jordan on it? I like that.
Yes, keep
Come
it
on,
going. Keep
no,
it going.
come on, I got
Our
it.
fans are attentive.
We can take it. We can take it.
Plus, it just means that we're less blurry.
It's funny you didn't even wear your Star Wars hat.
Well, we're sponsored. They don't know it, but I do. By my job.
My job. Perfect. Good time hire.
Thank you, guys.
Don't say anything negative.
I'm not.
about it.
Yeah,
We're not getting paid for this, so I need you to keep that hat backwards.
you're right. Well, that's
Okay,
what was the
thank you.
thing. That's I didn't want to.
Other comments, questions at the moment?
So we've got a question. How did Kylo Ren keep his true thoughts and plans from Snoke?
I mean, I'll answer this, but I know you have the answer.
Oh,
Go for it.
we got a confident guy.
So they do this on some shows, like to beat a lie detector test. There's two ways to beat it. One, you trick the guy that's asking the questions. They're like, "Hey, did you kill her?" And you're like, "Listen, she was stabbed with a knife. I would never stab my wife with a knife." They find out it wasn't stabbed with a knife. She was like killed with a baseball bat or something. So you just change the question. So I think when he's talking to Snoke, he's like, "I see you looking at your true enemy. I see you're about to kill him," and he's just looking at her, but thinking about Snoke. Is what I took from the movie.
That's yeah.
Is him going like, I can't be the guy that can read minds. I have to try to go off of his ego, and I have to try to trick him. How can I do this? All right, this is what I do, which is super like a clever.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in that movie
Mm-hmm.
was that portrayal. Also, Snoke whipping her ass, and she's like trying to like grab it, and he like grabs, hits her in the head with it,
She's
flies
just,
it
like,
around, slams on the ground.
She just kept coming at me. I like that. That was good.
He's like, "You're out of your weight class, girl."
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's exactly what I took from it. Think about through every Star Wars movie, it's trust your feelings, right? It's not a
Be all up in your
definitive.
feels.
It's not a definitive person. His feelings of who his enemy was Snoke.
Okay.
So judging off of what he sees from his feelings, where it was his enemy, but it wasn't Rey.
yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
You
too.
know,
That's
that's
right.
I liked. I
I
liked
can't
how
put
they
it
did
any
that.
smarter, so I won't even try.
How do you like the fan theory that he gets Darth Maul legs in Episode 10 and comes back after being cut in half and is now another character?
I like it.
Cool.
It's perfect.
Next question, Jordy.
Spider legs.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Dude, that was a good storyline. People shit on that storyline.
Which one? The Darth Maul one?
Darth Maul.
No,
one?
that's dope.
It's a badass storyline.
Everyone's like,
If
he's
you watch
alive.
Clone Wars.
Bro, Boba Fett's alive. I'm like, dude, try the story.
Yeah,
Okay.
just wait until the story. plays
Jesus
out.
is alive. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Read it first before you get mad.
Yeah,
You like
seriously.
eggs?
right?
Okay. Next question.
All right.
Who is the best sidekick who's not force sensitive?
I got this one.
We'll take the go.
K2S.
That's pretty solid.
Oh, a droid?
Damn right, I would have droid sidekick.
I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, and we wish you weren't.
Yeah, Danny's here, not Chewbacca.
You're not getting your medal.
Yeah, your medal's revoked.
Let's play chess. Let me win.
Right?
That's my favorite. I don't
That's
know
a
if they're
good one.
they're asking who's like the most powerful. I mean, I'm saying that's my favorite.
Sassy, sarcastic.
Alan Tudyk voices him too.
Exactly.
I feel like you could have
He
a
does
drink
Hey
with
Hey
him.
and Moana.
You could
He
drink.
does it.
You could drink with K2, and you'd be the best drinking partner you'd have.
I drink him. He'd win.
Well, think about it. You get in any fight.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck that guy. KT's like, you're right, and just goes over there and just messes him up.
Yeah, I thought he was. I really liked that movie. I thought it was the best part. He's funny. He's everything.
And if you don't know what Brandon's talking about, he's from Rogue One. He's
That's
the robotic pilot in there that doesn't really like people. He's
me.
He's
got a lot-
actually he's a reprogrammed Imperial droid, security droid.
he's got a lot of maybe some of the best one-liners in that movie. A lot of really good characters in that movie, but you know.
When he says he believes her because Cassian says he has to. That's one of my favorite lines in that movie.
Best sidekick, Jordan, Juggernaut Eames. What do you got?
That's a tough one. I kind of like the K2 though. C-3PO is a bitch.
Come on. He
Let's
is
be
a
honest.
bitch. We'll talk about that bitch later.
C-3PO is a bitch. R2-D2, he's the hero of Star Wars. Okay.
I feel like he's
I'm
the
just saying,
Samwise.
He is the Samwise Gamgee of Star Wars.
We get real nerdy over here.
But if you go by movie, I like Babu Frick.
Oh, the little hacker guy?
Little
Oh,
hacker
that's
guy.
right. That's right.
He just pops up like twice.
Babu's my longest friend I've ever made.
But he made me laugh every time. But no, if we're going in all seriousness, it's R2-D2.
The correct answer is Chewbacca. You guys are pieces of shit.
Chewbacca.
I love Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's the
no.
only one in the main
Character.
cast that lived the entire thing.
He's in the main cast, so he's not a sidekick.
Or sensitive, no one picked
This
Han
is a
Solo. I
microphone?
guess he should be up there. No one's Han Solo? I guess he's not a
He's
sidekick.
not a sidekick.
Is Chewbacca's not a sidekick?
No.
I count him as the
He's a main
four.
character.
I guess not main four, main six, seven.
He's part of the main group.
I count
Okay,
him
I'm
as
gonna go with the shit talking guy in the bar then, because I like that guy. I have the death sentence on 6 systems.
It's 12.
12
systems.
If you were to name him, get his facts right.
Fun fact, one of the systems that he has the death sentence on is Jeddah from Rogue One.
Oh!
I have a
Or
question
K2
for you.
also
Is Greedo the bounty hunter's in there, right? Why doesn't he fucking take that guy? He's wanted on 12 systems. Probably a heavy paycheck on that guy.
Well, chances are it probably wasn't Greedo.
That was in there. That got killed by Han. That was the same.
Oh,
part.
in there. Yeah.
When
He was trying to get the
that guy
bigger
in.
bounty.
Yeah. Han Solo was a much bigger bounty than that guy.
And he's only wanted him once. It's
13 systems.
Hey, man. When you're Han Solo, you're wanted a lot of places.
That's poodoo. All right, Jordy, how many questions? I don't want to keep like bombarding you for questions, even though you keep saying
Bombard.
like snapping.
Yeah,
and
keep
you're
bombarding.
waving,
I
Yeah.
got a question.
holding
She's
up
the
two
producer.
cards. Okay,
It's
It's
the-
our fans who are the most important.
It's the eye roll that gets me every time.
All right, we did have one question. So for those who may not know, where can you find Baby Yoda, and what are your thoughts on Baby Yoda?
The Mandalorian, right next to the
I think
Mandalorian.
we kind of brought it up a little bit.
A little, but
We
you
didn't
can
like
find him
say
on
which,
Disney
you
Plus's original Mandalorian.
Let me just say the flagship for
That's
Disney
right.
Plus, maybe the only thing keeping that side afloat. Everyone likes Disney movies, but you need to have strong series to keep it going. And then Mandalorian came out and blew everyone
Jeff
out of the water.
Goldblum ain't cutting it.
Don't hate on my dog. Okay? I love Jeff Goldblum. All right?
I like Jeff Goldblum too.
Watch the series. It's
So
fantastic.
say that and every meme that came out last year had Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Baby Yoda's everyone's favorite
They
character.
said they missed out on like $500 million because they couldn't get the toys done in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'll
would
tell you
have
right
bought
now,
me free.
I'm buying a Build-A-Bear.
Half a bill?
When it comes out, they're making a Baby Yoda Build-A-Bear.
Smart.
Build-A-Bear? Build-A-Bear?
Builder Bear, huh?
Build-A-Bear. Yeah, dude, you stuff them up and you start building shit for you.
He builds Builder Bears.
Instead of a $10,000 add-on
You make
to
your own
house,
bear. So at Build-A-Bear, you make your own bear however you want it. You can make your own Baby Yoda one.
Well, they'll have like for lack of a better term, the carcass of Baby Yoda,
Oh my god.
and then you stuff it, and I'm sure they'll have like
They
you
killed
know,
the national treasure.
Do they have like a bear trap? Build-A-Bear?
possibly just every time you click it,
Like,
pop
fuck, I thought it was
screams.
just a pile of honey.
And then,
This is how my dad died.
But yeah, that's where Baby Yoda came from.
mhm.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's very good. Directed by Jon Favreau. Already greenlit for second
His
season.
name is also the Child. It's not Baby Yoda.
It's not, but that's how everybody knows.
With that one guy's voice. You will bring me the child. You're like, I wonder if this is a good guy.
Yeah, that guy drives
Give
a,
you one chance to do the masking. Oh, he's German too?
yeah,
Jesus.
that guy drives a white spaceship with no windows. Okay, it says free candy on the side.
He doesn't tip his landlord.
What?
Landlord of the Sith. Jordy, next question.
What was the worst Star Wars movie?
I'll take this one.
All right, you take
I
this.
think we all
Yeah,
can
go
agree.
ahead.
I don't
think
think
I don't
you do.
trust you. You don't have good taste in Star Wars movies.
Phantom of the Menace. Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace.
Phantom
I
of the
went
Menace.
Phantom of the Opera.
Is that when?
Phantom of the Opera.
No, the
is
Phantom-
best Star Wars movie. Gerard Butler just
That
kills it
guy.
as a Jedi singing knight.
The Phantom Menace is by far and away the
Remember
worst
that
Star
song
Wars
in
movie
Phantom of
ever.
the Opera?
It's a jizz flute. It's a fact. Okay?
Is that your answer too?
Phantom Menace. I think so. I think.
Fuck Attack of the Clones.
Really?
That
You
movie's the
prefer
worst.
Phantom Menace over Attack of the
Not by
Clones.
much, but yes.
Okay, fair. As long as it's not by much.
Those are the two worst Star Wars movies. If I have to choose one,
Yeah.
fuck Attack of the
See, at
Clones.
least Attack of the Clones had action. Not wait until the last 5 minutes to have a lightsaber fight.
I thought it was boring.
I felt that way about the pod race. I thought when they did it, they had a war going on, and the war lasted 2 minutes, and the pod race lasted, objectively 55 minutes long is what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was just way too long, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. You
No,
could have
it
solved
didn't.
it
You're
really
right.
quick. You could have solved it really quick.
Totally.
They're like, well, look how
All the play out.
inspirational this is. And you're like, okay, shorten it up, man.
I didn't like that kid from the get-go.
Annie?
Should have left his ass on
Are you an angel? What's that? I'm not a pedophile, so
No, fuck that kid.
are you trapping me right now?
Hate that kid.
I'm not going to take a seat right now with Chris Hansen from space. You ain't getting me.
But that's my least favorite one. I know everybody hates both of them, really.
Yeah,
And they're rough.
let's be honest. Of the original or the prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith is by far the best one.
Oh, easily.
Like,
It's not
Can't
even a
compare.
competition.
Can't compare.
it's action. It's actually got a decent story as compared to the other two, which are just like here, Star Wars. And
That's like comparing any
That's what you
movie to
get.
Con Air. Con Air's just gold.
Well,
All right, what's our next
Oh,
question,
but-
Jordan?
Con Air. Huh? Something.
We've moved on from
The
that.
original Jurassic Park featuring Goldblum.
Nicolas Cage is a Jedi. He just screams the whole time.
All right.
Okay. With there being so many movies now, how do you say you should watch them? If you're going to watch the entirety of all the movies, how would you say that somebody needs to view them in?
order.
I would say
By like release or like
No.
no
chronological?
prequel.
You got to go with
Originals,
Anakin when he's a
new
kid,
ones.
and he has to go forward.
Yep.
The only reason why people probably hate Phantom Menace as much as they do is because I hate when they do flashbacks in a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, okay, so he doesn't die because you saw this character, like where he's at, and they're like, oh, he might be killed here. Like he's not
Yeah.
because it's in the past.
There's prequels I've seen. I was gonna say I heard the argument with prequels, and either way, it's the journey that I like, not the destination. Like,
Well, that's fair, but do you want to watch? So would you tell? You're voting with me. You can't argue with me.
well, I'm just don't talk shit on prequels.
I'm just saying. So if you go from the beginning towards the end, that's how you have to read a story. If you want to Tarantino it and start where most people did, that's up to you. You can do that if you'd like. But I think if you start from the beginning and everything's a surprise all the way towards the end,
That's why I read Harry Potter.
you know what? It wouldn't be a surprise then. So that's kind of a flip. I don't know.
There's no real wrong way to watch it as long as you watch the new
No.
ones last.
No, there's a wrong way to watch it.
Because the biggest surprise
Okay,
in the world is that
I'm gonna
he's
look at you guys.
Darth Vader's dad.
Episode 1, Episode 2,
Then episode 5.
The Clone Wars TV
Oh.
show,
Oh,
Revenge of the Sith,
all right.
Solo,
No.
then Rogue One.
So I wasn't even counting those
Nope.
spinoffs.
Solo, then Rogue One. Episode 4, 5, 6, The Mandalorian, and then 7, 8, 9. And I'm sorry, you gotta squeeze Rebels in there right before.
It's too late. You already
No,
passed it.
we gotta go Rebels right before
Then you gotta watch
Rogue One.
Then you
Right
gotta watch
before Rogue
Phantom
One.
Menace, Phantom Menace. You watch
Phantom of the Menace.
And you're making them watch the two worst, and we're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't put myself through this garbage anymore.
If you can get through the first 6 hours of Star Wars, you will love the rest of it.
Well, that's a high.
No, it's not. Okay, and if you don't, you're wrong.
Dude, I heard someone say it about restaurants. Like, yeah, you gotta eat this restaurant 3 times. Really like the food. I was like, then that's a terrible.
I feel like a
restaurant.
restaurant. That's not how it goes.
No.
Like,
right. If you, I didn't like
had
the first
terrible
8 times I
food
ate it.
once. I was like, I hate this Chinese restaurant. It's amazing, but I was like, well, you're an idiot. That Chinese
yeah, he's like, I
restaurant
had it
sucks."
today. It was delicious.
But it also
I'm
kind of
like,
explains
it's
our
terrible.
friendship. He's like, I didn't like the first 6 times I met you, but now we're friends. Like, fair enough.
You know, that explains Danny
You're
and my
pers-
relationship.
You're persistent.
Not mine. Everybody likes him.
I think that's
true.
fair.
As soon
Go
as
in
I
order.
saw Eames,
He knew.
I was just a cartoon character. My feet just went off, and I
And your
floated
heart
towards him.
punched out your chest.
Oh my! Who's that bearded, handsome god?
He's right.
So yeah, there you go. Watch it in his order.
I can go over it again,
We're not going.
or I could just post it in the
We'll
comments.
post it.
All right, next question.
I like this
Okay.
question episode here. Just question heavy.
I'm actually gonna backtrack just a
All right.
little bit
We're backtracking.
onto the Baby Yoda toy. Colby Larson said they did not want to release the toy because they wanted to keep it a secret. And I did some research in the New York Post. Actually, did an article on this released November 29th last year. Okay. And he is correct. They did not want Baby Yoda to come out before.
All right. Well, Colby Larson's going to be our next host.
Wait, why did they want to do it
Thanks
before
for joining Whiskey
They wanted
Cinema.
to keep it a secret
Why?
until it came out on Disney Plus, like the show and everything. They did not.
Disney, I guess if you're multi-trillion dollar
They're
company,
buying
like,
every company. They're fine.
Let's be honest.
they
They
weren't
could
worried
have.
about
They
money.
have the money to easily put those out before Christmas if they wanted.
They left
Right.
$500 million in their pocket, and then they wash their pants, and they didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I misplaced my billions. Oh, well.
Oh, guys, paid another $1 billion. It's all right.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Colby. He suggested The Purge, the TV show. A few episodes back. My wife and I finished season 1 because of his suggestion, or he just asked about it. And it's pretty good. Not bad. I think
About models that have to look skinny before they
While
start
we're
the runway.
talking about
Yes.
the Purge, let's
Okay.
talk about the Jedi Purge. That's where he was going.
That's exactly.
Star Wars episode.
Order 66.
Order 66.
I give a shout out. He
He
gave me a recommendation. We
Look at that,
watched
Cole.
it.
We
It's
were
pretty
listening to
good.
you.
I
At
did.
least
It was pretty good. Pretty good.
We both are like, well, no.
That's fine.
I got Star Wars to watch.
I got Star Wars, so that's all I want.
I gotta go back and watch an order now. I fucked it up first time.
Ask my 5-year-old. Every time I turn on Disney Plus, you always watch Star Wars. Yeah, I can. I pay for your fucking house.
All right, let's move
Get
on.
back in the cage.
Back in the cage, son.
Who let you out?
All right, I felt this comment was kind of funny to just say because of the ongoing battle between the two hosts here. Tyler Christensen says that
I'm just dog shit.
Con Air is gold.
So,
No debate.
I'm not gonna debate it.
Simple comment.
Not gonna mention Con Air. There is a block button for Tyler.
Yeah,
So
and let's
do
block
down
Eames.
on the side.
Not Eames.
Oh, hey.
Let's block Danielle.
Let's just block
And
them both
put
to make
Eames
sure
in
Eames
first.
and him.
Permanently.
Shit that.
We have a new top viewer.
He just gets a top badges. Looney agrees
Top
with you.
badges.
They have Employee of the Month signs. We're getting a Viewer of the Month.
Next, there's a picture of it.
All right, we've got a couple more questions.
All right.
Okay, if you had to get rid of one character, like they would never be in the movie, who would you pick?
Little Annie. Fuck that
That's
kid.
a stupid answer.
Kid
Next.
ruined Star Wars.
You're
for
done.
me.
Next.
No.
So what? He doesn't give birth to Leia? He doesn't give
We
birth
can
to
forget
them?
about Star Wars as long as that stupid little kid ain't.
You're
in
not a Star Wars guy then.
No,
You're still in the series.
Yeah, I will keep him in. I'll take Jar Jar out. Because I thought he was pointless.
Jar
it.
Jar?
No, he was
Yeah.
there.
He was there to sell dolls. He was
Yeah.
there to make kids happy.
No, I hate Little Annie, but he's not the one I take out, of course. That's a good question. Outside of Jar Jar, who else would you take out?
Little Annie!
No, fuck that kid. Seriously.
Outside of Jar Jar?
Let's do this immediately. No Jar Jar. To be honest, that's our first thing. Your Annie thing is ridiculous. You can't get rid of Anakin Skywalker. The whole fucking movies are based on him. You know what? Get rid of King Arthur. King Arthur. I want to see what the other people are doing.
You know what? Just get rid
Leave
of
the sword and the stone for
just
2,000
get
more
rid of
years.
the kids.
If I got rid of anyone,
He does it later.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would get rid of more Padawans. But that's just the Anakin in me, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
More
All the
younglings.
younglings, they just one. No, I think Jar Jar is the go-to answer on that, right?
I'm going to stick with Jar Jar on that one. I'm going to be that only.
As a
That's the only
kid,
answer I answer with Jar Jar Binks.
as a kid, those were the first Star Wars movies I saw in theaters. Obviously, I love Jar Jar for like the sentimental value of it.
Sure.
Because when I was a kid, he was the slapstick comedy. He was
Jar
great.
Jar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was
I
like,
loved
this
him.
guy's not funny.
And then I got older, and the world hit me.
He's a big trouble this time. Doo-doo. Mucho doo-doo. You're like,
The world hit me, and I'm
why
like,
is he
this-
keeping him?
I had to go rewatch Eddie Murphy's Raw so I could watch something that's actually funny.
No, yeah, I mean, I like him for that, but if you're talking actual characters, man, he's terrible.
Gonna get rid of one.
Pointless.
That is a
Yeah,
tough
he's a
one.
pointless
I mean, they are. There's a bunch of racist.
Outside of the
stuff.
fact that he's like, you know, the Sith behind it all.
Jar Jar.
Yeah,
Well,
you know.
obviously.
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 I thought we were talking about.
There's not as much conflict you get rid of.
There
him.
is some people you don't like, but you want to keep him. C-3PO is a pain in the ass. He's a piece of shit, but he serves a funny purpose. Like later, he does do some voices. He works with Jabba. He's always the one messing things up.
Mhm.
But you kind of need that guy. You kind of need a guy that doesn't, the politician droid that doesn't
Yeah.
want to fight. Let's go in there. No, look, and he just goes a different direction. He's annoying, but you kind of
His
need
least
that guy.
favorite character is a question. There's my answer.
C-3PO.
Sad or Anakin?
Can't go
Little
Anakin.
Anakin's my,
Guys,
my
you're crazy.
least
Not even
favorite.
little kid. Just
Guys,
Anakin in
least
general. I don't care
favorite
how old
character.
Anakin
No,
is. I
get
hate
rid
him
of
all
one
year.
from
No,
the
I
original,
know.
yeah.
No, he said least favorite character.
I said least favorite. C-3PO, any Anakin. I don't care if he's grown. I don't care if he's a kid. Fuck him.
What about Darth
Hey.
Vader?
He's not angry at that point. He's Darth Vader.
I might give it a Finn. I don't know what purpose he
Because he's
serves.
black.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a racist.
Like a horror movie, the first one to go. I want the series with Mace Windu. Okay? God, you guys want another white guy.
That's just to balance out that comment you just made.
I prepared for it. I did. I just don't know what purpose. Talking about serving a purpose, it didn't matter. In the first movie, he just kind of gets in the way. He helps very little.
See, in the first movie, you're learning about a Jedi who's got not a Jedi stormtrooper who's got a conscience. He doesn't want to be a stormtrooper anymore.
Yeah, but it's very. He's not a main
That's
cast
the
guy.
only original part about that movie.
He lies to get to the Star Killer base. He's like, I can shut down the shields, gets there, he can't.
Well, if you look at it, you've got, you got a regular, or you got a stormtrooper born and born taken away, raised as a stormtrooper, realizes, like you said, he has a conscience, but then once he gets out, he just wants to get away. He has no plan.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, by the end of the 9th movie, he is a rebel.
So
He finds his
he's
purpose.
showing the arc of a real
That's
person.
what I'm saying. You get the arc of like somebody who finds their
Boom.
purpose.
That's fair.
Mind changed. Probably not.
Pencil drop.
Damn.
If that's a thing.
All right, next
I
question.
only want 2 black people in the universe. That's my thing.
See
I
what
like
I mean?
Lando and Mace. I got to pick 2. It's the rule.
You gotta
Get rid of their cousin. That's such a funny. I love that theory. That's so funny. They must be related.
Question.
We've all yelled
All right.
questions at Jordy. It's going very well.
We've
I had to
got
get one in before.
one more question.
Oh God.
If you could only have the originals or the new movies for like the rest of your life, you could only watch one or the other. You have access to one or the other. Which one would you pick?
Originals.
Yeah, you gotta go originals.
New
Not even
movies.
going news.
New movies.
You gotta go originals.
Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie, period.
Here's the
The
problem.
second one?
Last Jedi is the
8?
best Star Wars movie, period.
I love that
Episode
movie.
8.
It's the best of the 3. I don't
Period.
know. I rewatched it. That throne room fight scene.
Okay.
a little rough.
So
The
the,
better.
so the choreography's wrong.
It's pretty terrible.
Because that fight between Vader and Obi-Wan on the Death Star. Ugh.
Yeah, that's all made in the
That's great.
70s. What's their excuse? They edited out someone's hand.
And also, they're so powerful, they're constantly using the force at each other, so they only move sluggishly.
No.
Obvious.
I'll wait for my turn to attack.
That's not
I have manners like Grievous.
Yeah. Okay. So the choreography is wrong, not the story. So get rid of that choreographer. The story's just fine.
Here's
I
my
don't even know how
problem
you
with
could
the
watch.
regardless.
I don't know how you could watch 7, 8, 9 and not know the other ones. So, because you're thinking, well, I know them, but what if you didn't know them? So are you saying the rest of your life you know the story, but you just want to watch the new ones?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I'm not feeling that. I want the old ones. I want the story
Oh,
arc.
yeah.
I want the guy
They're
getting
better.
choked. He's like, I'm tired of this dark space magic wizard who's listening. Darth Vader just chokes him. And like,
It's like, what am I
Bro.
choosing? The love story between Kylo and
Which doesn't
Rey
take place
or
until the second
Han?
and third movie.
Leia.
and Luke and Leia.
Kylo
And Luke and Leia. He was the first one to kiss her.
You don't even get any tauntauns. You don't know Star
No,
Wars. You don't know
first of
anything.
all, tauntauns are whack. They can't.
They keep you warm.
They feed
live on,
Wampas.
they live on a frozen planet and can't be out cold for long.
It's pretty cold out
Get the
there.
fuck out.
I don't know. They did their job, didn't they?
Nope.
It's getting pretty warm in these tauntauns.
Luke's like, Jesus, seriously. He's got his tank top
We'll
on.
see feng shui.
Oh,
tomorrow.
are you
It's not
done?
that bad.
Are you done out there? It's hot in here.
I mean, I would go original trilogy. I'm not
I would
arguing
too.
with what you're
No,
saying about it.
did.
If someone, you know, it's funny, they didn't even say the prequels. They let the prequels out. They're like,
they know. They know we were
Everybody
choosing it.
knows that nobody will
We
watch
just
the
talked
There's
about
no
the first
predators.
one.
They're chained up for some reason.
because they're gonna get eaten.
I will say my problem with the new ones is that they changed directors, and you can tell.
Yeah,
He was like, I don't like this storyline. I'm gonna go with my own.
it's
And
very.
then he came back. He's like, I hated
Yeah.
where he was going.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stick with what I was doing. You're like, what?
I think you can tell, but I think the people behind all of it blends it well enough where it's not like you're going from first gear to fourth. You know what I mean? It's not like a sudden step. It's kind of like more of a gradual change.
It does have a flying Leia in it. That's pretty dope.
Hey, man.
I mean, you
All
want to
I
talk
thought-
about problems, by the way? You wait 10 years when people analyze this movie,
Mhm.
and you're going to think the old ones, the 4, 5, 6, make more sense than these two. Leia opening up the door, she flies back, and they open up the space door, and then she flies in instead of everyone getting sucked into space and killed, straight alien style.
Maybe there was a blast door on the second side. if
You
she
can
gets
rat.
there.
Hey, rationalize
can
all you
rat-
want.
you
That's
can
what Star Wars
retcon
fans
all
did
you
for the
want,
ones.
okay?
Maybe the stormtrooper bumped his head because he was drunk at work. We've all
Yeah.
been there.
Here's my
We're there now.
Here's my other thing about that.
Oh, okay.
Right? You got a lightsaber
Sure.
on the ground. Oh my God. You got a lightsaber on the ground. You want it. You force grab it. Right? You're in space. You're weightless. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You try and pull a spaceship to you, and you're weightless. What are you gonna do?
What do you mean?
You're gonna go towards the spaceship.
Okay.
He's not talking about the back.
I understand that. I'm going on what everyone else says. Everyone else has their biggest issue.
Everybody else is
I don't care
addressing
if it's
Danny's
Dooku
problem.
flew. I don't care about flying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
He cares
most
about that
everybody
door.
else does.
I'm caring about physics and space that exists for reasons.
Because
Also,
lightsabers are a thing.
we will have lightsabers.
Blasters
and we're
are a
getting
thing.
one.
You care about physics, and yeah, he's okay with lightsabers and blasters.
Not even that. You can just say picking things up with your brain.
Aliens.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
hey,
it's
just go
real.
straight magic.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's
That's logical. Light
fuck
speed
that.
is used
That
to
was
take
cool.
out ships in that movie. So they just crash into things all the time every time they use light speed?
Yeah, that was a big problem.
No, it wasn't.
It's a big problem.
No, it's not.
Also, fuel in space, another big problem.
Right?
They have.
That's
they
never been
have,
adjusted.
They have
No.
computers that navigate the light speed highways.
So it never hits anybody.
So
Why wouldn't you always take
take
the Moon Falcon to the Death Star and save the universe?
Because that wouldn't work.
Why?
The
It
Death
works
Star
for
is
fun.
the Death Star is the size of a moon.
Aim at the exhaust port, and then
Okay, they didn't know about the exhaust port when
Then
they
they
first
did.
see the Death Star, and then they did. Okay, so
And
regardless,
went
that's-
over there.
So this is what I'm saying. If you want to nitpick, it
okay,
ain't
real
hard.
quick.
it ain't
Regardless,
hard.
that it's not right on the very edge of the spaceport. It's not right on the outside crest of it.
Light drive through
They
everything.
have to like go down between everything.
Fuck that. You go straight through that bitch like the
It's
Kool-Aid.
a
You're
little
going light
hard.
speed, you can fly through some shit. That's what she
flew
did.
through the Star fucking destroyer.
She flew, yeah. She also flew through other ships too.
That's great.
Exactly.
It was
You're saying
fucking
a Millennium
awesome.
Falcon
You know
can't
what?
just
I
go
like-
through
It
a couple
wouldn't, it
layers?
wouldn't take down the Death Star.
You know
Too
my favorite
small.
part about this episode?
Too small.
Everyone's been in the living room and it's too late and just had this argument with people, with friends.
I know.
I
no,
don't-
seriously, bro, fuck off.
I tell you, she has to be a Disney princess. Listen.
She is. Okay, that's my favorite.
Xenomorphs are Disney princesses. They have a queen, they're the kid.
All right.
Xenomorph.
All right.
I have one more. George, do you have any more?
That was the last question, she said.
Last question, but I do think that Tyler Christensen actually just asked another question, but he had a comment with the new movies versus old movies, like which ones.
Let's
You
see.
have-
So maybe he'll get back in our graces. He wasn't blocked, you say.
No,
Not
we
yet.
don't block our
We
viewers.
don't block our good viewers.
Hey, Doc, our producer's paying?
So
I'm going to give her more for reading that.
It doesn't matter which ones you pick, new or old. The story repeats itself. Love triangles and all.
Pretty close.
Because the new ones had to follow the original.
so
It's not
insightful.
good.
It's not a Death Star, it's a
You're
Star
so
Killer.
insightful.
Hey,
And it's
he's
not
better than that.
And then
I
rebuilt the Death Star, they rebuilt the Star. I know, it's pretty close. Pretty good. No, Palpatine hurts Rey with all her friends there, like Palpatine did to Luke when through the
When
window.
all
of
his
the-
friends were there.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of. If they had to fly under the.
Well, they had to get the thing from the droid. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, hey, I'm agreeing with that wholeheartedly. I understand it.
It's like, oh man, you're watching the original. Just
You know what? The new ones were half off dads, though, so that's pretty cool. There's a sale going on.
That's true.
well, just follow me and be full off.
I have a question for you guys. And this is my biggest pet peeve in Star Wars. I love Star Wars to death. It's my favorite. Star Wars is famous for making very badass characters that are grounded in mystique. Everyone loves them, and they kill them very, very quickly. Even in the new movies, Snoke.
Mm-hmm.
What's his origin story? You don't know. They kill him. He doesn't say. All of them.
And then
Darth
you find
Maul.
out later.
Darth Maul, what, through a book?
No. I ain't reading. You in the last movie when Kylo first
Oh,
goes
Palpatine
to,
tells
he's a clone. You see the tanks with the clones,
Fair enough.
right? So you get at least an extension of it. But you're right, they don't give Boba Fett.
Darth Maul.
Although you get Boba Fett's background a little bit through Clone
I mean,
Wars.
Dooku,
if you watch
you got
it.
a little bit. Yeah, but you have to. That's what I'm
That's
saying. You
like
have
if
to
you
go
watch it,
stuff.
if you watch it, yeah.
Grievous has one of the most badass backgrounds I've ever heard, where he lived on a slave planet, rebelled just with like primitive weapons, became like the Hun.
Was the
Rose up
leader
in
of the rebellion. Yeah.
Yeah, attacked, killed all the people. They ran and cried to the Federation. They brought troops and stuff to help him to suppress him. He got pissed off, went back attacking them. Then they sent. He hated Jedi's, then, and then Dooku sabotaged his ship and blew up. And was like, Jedi's did it. You should grow up to hate Jedi's. I'll give you armor. I'll adjust your brain. All this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome backstory. You could do the whole first season with him just whooping ass, tired that no one's helping him. I'll pull myself up Khaleesi style from my bootstraps. And then
fire
have him
with
slowly-
dragons on him.
Then have him do the evil side. Returns to the Grievous, hates Jedi's, kills them. I mean, that's a cool story that we don't
Two
know.
seasons.
So what's the question?
If you have all the characters that die too quickly that you don't know the backstory of, because there's a bunch. I'll just name a bunch.
Well,
What's a character that you wish you knew more of?
Yeah, I would stay with mine, Darth Maul. He's one of my
Darth
favorite
Maul?
characters already.
Boba Fett.
Boba
Yeah.
Fett? Well, you get the Mandalorian. You're kind of getting
That's not
his own
Boba Fett.
spin-off. It's pretty close. It's
But
close.
it's not.
You saw him when he's a
No,
kid?
I want Boba Fett though.
Jango Fett?
No, I want Boba well, that guy got his head cut off. Fuck that guy.
By Mace Windu.
Dude.
Any more questions, Jordan?
One last one just came in.
All right, last question, boys. Here we go.
Is the Force responsible for the stormtroopers' bad aim?
Hey, I kind of like that.
Hey,
Okay.
Don't give them an excuse. No.
No.
They just need to spend more time in the shooting range.
is also responsible for them having armor that does nothing but get them kills?
I'll be the devil's
That's right.
I'll be the devil's advocate for this. They always say throughout these movies.
And that's the end of this.
The
Thank you
Force
so
will
much.
balance itself. It's two dark sides. They got to make the stormtroopers suck at shooting. It's a fair point. I like whoever sent that question. Give them a heart. And I'll
then-
get on mine
and then
I'll
block
give
him.
them a
It
heart.
was Tyler Christensen.
He's
Fuck
not
that
blocked
guy.
yet
No,
again.
get rid of him.
Double dock her pay.
I'm just
Take
kidding, Tyler.
her valet parking. Shred it.
Boo.
Shred the valet.
Shred the valet parking, huh?
Shred your valet parking.
Yeah.
I can't
You
even
even
let him
park
Falcon
here anymore.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Whiskey Cinema. This is our episode of Star Wars. We'll probably do another one covering another section of the trilogy and
I'm on
extended
board.
universe. Hey, thank you for coming, partner.
Always.
Jordan,
Thanks for
special
having
guest
me.
host.
Thank you. We'll have you back soon, eventually, maybe.
We have
I
one
hope
more
so.
question.
Well, we need to go over the poll.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Ooh, jumping. I went light speed, huh, guys?
You went light speed. Right to the Death Star, and only you blew up Death Star.
No, this doesn't work. We've already.
And
how
then
that
we
works.
do have one other question that just came in.
This is the never-ending
It's
podcast.
Tyler.
I love it.
Answer this real
Sorry, my
quick.
block.
So we discussed the most powerful Jedi and Sith at the beginning of the podcast. If you missed that, tune into that. But who do you think is the greatest Jedi and Sith? Just in
Overall?
In general
in
opinion.
general
Palpatine.
Yes, Palpatine.
We gotta do both or
No,
just
just
Yeah.
one?
most powerful out of all. Oh,
No,
Both.
who's the greatest Jedi and the greatest
I thought we did that.
Sith? We did the most powerful.
Well,
Who in your
but
opinion?
In
This
your
is a personal opinion.
Who's your favorite or
Qui-Gon Jinn and Palpatine.
Okay.
Ray? Kylo Ren.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, Kylo Ren's wrong.
Kylo Ren's
I love Ben Solo. He was so
At
much fun
me.
to watch.
At me. By the way, look up Ben Solo's run through the Exegol, and somebody dubs "I Need a Hero" over it.
I need a hero.
Greatest 45 seconds you'll ever watch.
I'm sticking with Yoda.
Yoda's
That's
good.
who I think.
He's solid. I like when he laughs when Mark Hamill he rushes to save the tree and he strikes with lightning.
And he does the little flip thing.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
that.
he's like, they're nothing.
All right.
How's our
And
poll going?
The poll. So we've got 50% for other, and I've only seen one person who's actually commented. And they said Yoda deserves.
A Yoda prequel.
Watch the
Maybe you can watch him
Mandalorian.
clapping those cheeks. Yeah, it's kind of the same, actually. Yeah, the Mandalorian's kind of a prequel to Yoda a little bit.
We'll see.
I mean, if you want to suspend doubt,
offhandedly,
Yeah.
because it actually happens after Yoda.
that's why I would love to see a Boba Fett movie, but we're getting one with Mandalorian. It's pretty close.
It's not the same.
You can't get bound for that's a Mandalorian. It's not like he's
what
a turret
else?
farmer.
Second place was Darth Maul, and third place was Mace Windu.
Fuck you guys, okay? Do your research.
I don't even know who you said.
Wait,
You'll
who's
understand
the-
whose
who's
is
first?
better.
The 50% one
50%
other.
So no Darth
Out of the
Rabbit.
other two.
No.
It doesn't count because only one person commented.
Some
Yeah.
expert
So,
you
yeah.
are.
So yeah, 50% of the people said other. One person commented in the
So it doesn't
section,
count.
gave us Yoda. 33% said Darth Maul. 17% said Mace Windu, and 0%.
It's because we're getting his
I'm
backstory.
voting. I'm gonna get on. Where's my phone?
Well, it's not your fault. Actually, Spock wasn't in Star Wars. No big deal.
That's true.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in to
We're on
Whiskey
prop.
Cinema. This is our Star Wars episode. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. I think we're doing the St. Patty's Day episode.
That's right. Irish car bombs are on the way. We're getting drunk more than usual.
Yeah, probably. I just found I'm a lot Irish for 23andMe, so we're definitely partying up.
I
like
found out when he
fried.
passed out like an Irish.
Are we doing that on Saturday?
Yes.
Sure. Or
Yes,
Friday. We'll figure
or
it out.
Okay. So just
All right.
Friday.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe on
Facebook, hit the like button, do all that stuff. Twitter, we're on that. Instagram, we post great stuff, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
We're also on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, get notified whenever we go live. And, I mean, yeah, do it all.
5 stars on iTunes if you guys can. We appreciate you guys so much for coming out. Comment on us. You guys are making our podcast funner. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
See you, Tyler. You were